5 reasons every hip hop fan should watch anime. Nah, I'm playing. But real talk though, I really feel like if you're a hip hop fan, you should be watching anime. I know there's a whole bunch of different narratives about anime. Like if you only heard about Dragon Ball and Pokemon and shit like that, I understand why people might be turned off to anime. But listen, anime is one of the most educational, informative, perspective changing. Like, you just gotta find your anime, and that's why I have a list of reasons why y'all should be watching anime, and why hip hop and anime are actually so much more alike than they are different. It's the main reason you see hip hop artists referencing anime all the time. You see what I'm saying? So first and foremost, both started off as niche, but they dominate the world today. And the reason why that's important is because they didn't just start off niche because, oh, it was new. They started off niche because of the boundaries that both were willing to push, made the overall society that they stemmed from uncomfortable. Hip hop coming out and talking about the realities of the urban community was a very uncomfortable thing at that time for people to hear, because you would have to face the realities of what the country was built on. Anime gives off this same exact thing. You see what I'm saying? And when you look at it from that perspective, even if you haven't watched the anime, just understanding that much allows you to understand the path that anime had to go down in order to become the popular mainstay that it is, and still has those elements of all the commentary that we are about to talk about right now. You see what I'm saying? And that's one of the first things that I think are very similar between anime and hip hop. And that's the fact that they both were pretty much outsiders in the beginning, and now they dominate the world as people want more and more authenticity in their entertainment. Secondly, rebellion and authenticity are the backgrounds of both genres. Okay? Rebellion and authenticity are the background of both genres. What I mean by this is, even though this is an anime that was created in Japan, Attack on Titan, you are pressed to try to find a show that has better political commentary than this one. If we just talking about nuance, no personal agendas that needed to get across, but really looking at the state of war, the state of political politics, the state of the government using religion to control the people, or using the practices and the ideas of what is deemed acceptable to control people, like, and how that turns into people. It's insane what this anime was able to get across when it came to their political commentary, and what rebellion looks like, and what it can look like if it falls in the hands of the wrong person, even if that person thinks they are the right person. It's so layered. It's so deep, bro. And then you get to Ice Cube, which I think is, we had Public Enemy and et cetera before Ice Cube, but I think Ice Cube is such a cornerstone of what that type of music sounds like, the rebellion music that is natural in the drums of hip hop. He was also shunned because of his political commentary, and deemed controversial in the lights because of his political commentary and what he had to talk about. You see what I'm saying? And you can't say that for these other genres. Just like in these other forms of film, you can't really say that. You see what I'm saying? Hip hop and hip hop and anime are literally the backbones and the examples of what free expression within the arts looks like at its rawest form, and what it could do for the world. Because listen, if you have not seen this fucking show, you have to go watch it. If you love Kendrick Lamar, you're going to love this show. Easter eggs, theories, breaking things down, like trying to, like, not being able to predict what the hell's going on. It's incredible. But that's another one of the things that I think people would love anime if you love hip hop. It's because of the political, nuanced commentary that comes from experience, right? Then another thing that anime and hip hop does better than any other genre or its counterparts is they both humanize the villains in society in a way that's like really crazy. Like, I know y'all have all heard of One Piece. You probably, and if you haven't heard of One Piece, you probably seen this nigga with the straw hat, right? All these niggas is criminals. If you ain't seen this shit, all these niggas is thugs and criminals, bro. These niggas are not the good guys in this show, but it's it's shown from the perspective of them. And what happens is you recognize that this government, right, that is trying to round all these guys up has ill intentions and is using the idea of what a criminal is to gain the public opinion and help aid them to put these people away. Using the people to put these people away instead of trying to force it. You see what I'm saying? And you come to find out these are the niggas that's actually going island to island and liberating people and like it's real shit. You see it from the eyes of the criminal, the quote unquote criminal. Then we go to Kendrick Lamar. His music is from the eyes of the criminal. You see what I'm saying? The eyes of the people, they view him as the criminal. They view him as the troublemaker. They view him as the chaos in this country. You see what I'm saying? Heavily affiliated with gangbangers, living in Compton. You feel me? Black man, black to the roots. Like, but he's actually kicking game that's healing people. He's actually kicking game that's changing the perspectives of people's lives. And that's because he comes from an environment that's difficult to make it out of. That has a different set of rules and a different set of interactions because of the hardships of where they are. You see what I'm saying? No anime and hip hop get that across better than anybody. Okay. My next point, they both cover the harsh realities of life and therefore are deemed controversial. Okay. I want to use Brenda's Got a Baby as an example. In a world, this song shouldn't be controversial. You know why? Because he's telling the fucking truth. Why is it controversial? He's telling the fucking truth. Because people don't want to know about this reality, because then they would start to feel guilty. They would have to take accountability. The people in power know this, and this is why they try to put such a clamping and a censorship on hip hop. He's rapping about a young girl having a child, being too young to even know what she's supposed to be doing. She's trying to hide the child because she was bothered by or molested by her family member. You see what I'm saying? And these are the realities that people live. No matter how you want to ignore it or not, these are the realities that people live. You see what I'm saying? The realities that people want to ignore. Like, let's talk about The Grave of the Fireflies. This movie changed my life. It's based in I think it's right after World War I, or like the recovery of World War I. You see what I'm saying? And basically a once thriving city is now ravished because of this war. And you going through an entire timeline of this little boy trying to take care of his little sister during the after effects of this war. And it just gives you the real raw realities of the damages of war. You see what I'm saying? Of what greed and the wanting to occupy and dominate does to the people that you know, does to the people that's on the ground. You see what I'm saying? American media doesn't cover it like this. I'm telling you, American media does not cover it like this. And I do respect that, you know what I'm saying? But they're not going to put nothing that's going to go too far against the propaganda. You get the raw reality from anime. This movie will change your fucking life. I'm telling you, this movie will change your fucking life. I am not the same person I was before I watched this movie. I'm telling you, this should have changed everything that you think, bro. I'm sitting here trying to tell you, or at least have you pondering. You see what I'm saying? And then another thing, both provide nuanced perspectives, right? Like my boy Lelouch from Code Geass. I I don't really expect nobody to watch Code Geass. If you probably gonna check it out, then fast forward because I am going to spoil. Okay, Code Geass, right? It gives you the perspective of the guy who fights to revolt and get in position, and then becomes the person in position and becomes corrupted. And it gives the nuanced perspective of, oh, the people in power, they probably not just walking around nilly willy and just, nah, them niggas is human. And even though they might be totally separated from us and don't see us as human, they not bigger than this playground we got out here. This playground of this ball that we on called Mother Earth. And so when they get in positions, or you don't know who you would turn into given what Lelouch was given, is what I'm saying. And you don't really fully know until you get there. You feel me? And you, of course, everybody got a track record, boom, 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 but you never know. And I think it's important for commentary and shit like this to come out, because then you have at least the empathy to want to try to understand the people who are, the politicians, and boom, 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 boom. You can't really understand what to do and defeat until you understand them on an emotional level, at least. Understanding how somebody would act like that and that level of power. And anime does that so well. They give you that perspective so well. So well. So well. And I think the ultimate point I want to make in this video was that anime and hip hop are so much more similar than people give it credit for. And a lot of it has to do with the narratives that people put out on it. But think about all the narratives they put on hip hop. And that's usually to scare people away from it. You see what I'm saying? There's a whole lot of spiritual teachings in this stuff. A whole lot of like, hold on, man. Hold on, man. Hold on, man. This guy right here. Hold on. This Naruto guy, right? I'm not even gonna waste my time to pull it up, but he's y'all know who Naruto is. Naruto taught me so much as a child, just as far as compassion goes, and like caring about people regardless if they're your enemy or not, but still being ready to go to war, having the heart of forgiveness, how important forgiveness is, and how forgiveness can change generations. Like, bro, these spiritual teachings that I learned from watching anime have shaped my life. And I've confirmed these teachings by going out and talking to people, going out and being around different types of people, coming across people who are very spiritually aligned, that got game from me, and that I met maybe a couple times and never seen again. Them fated, you know what I'm saying? Them fated interactions and shit. Like, anime is one of them things that really give you the nuanced perspective on so much stuff. And I think it's so important to watch media like that that isn't controlled by the crux of American media, you see, or American government. You see what I'm saying? I think that y'all would love it. I honestly would suggest watching Attack on Titan. The only reason I don't think you should watch it first is because the expectation that you have for every other anime will be way too high, and you'll never get there again. I'm trying to tell you right now. Like, Kendrick Lamar is very craftful and intentional with his work. We gonna do a whole video of how Kendrick Lamar and Attack on Titan are similar. You feel me? But yeah, that's all I wanted to do. I hope I convinced at least like 50 of y'all to go check out some animes. You see what I'm saying? Figure out what it is that you like. Go hit Google or something, what you love about hip hop, and then try to find that in the anime. I feel like you know what I'm saying? You'll find yourself something. There's an anime out there for everybody. You like crime, you like psychological shit, you could watch Monster, you could watch Death Note. You feel what I'm saying? If you like inspirational shit, or shit from that you know what I'm saying, you like to watch a character come up from the bottom, struggle, and make it happen, you can watch, or you can watch Naruto. If you like political commentary, if you like shit that gives you nuanced perspectives on politics and humanity and shit like that, you watch your Attack on Titans of the world. It's a whole bunch of fire shit out there. Even if it's just shit you want to learn strictly on some spiritual shit, there's animes out there like To Your Eternity and like that you would love. You see what I'm saying? That you would absolutely love. And I hope I convinced at least like 50 people to go watch something, 30 people to go watch some anime. You feel me? If you don't like the first one, that's okay. Try some more. You're going to find your shit. But check it out. You feel me? But yeah, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. I got a couple more videos I want to do with hip hop and anime. Specifically, the comparison between Kendrick Lamar and Attack on Titan. Y'all will be shocked at how similar those two are. Like, you will be shocked. Like, like, when I watched Attack on Titan, I was like, bro, the level of detail is akin to Kendrick Lamar's ability of detail. It's like crazy. But anyway, let me quit ranting, bro. It's like 2 a.m. where I'm at. I'm in here chilling, bro. I just want to make sure I convert some of y'all to, you feel me? Some of this anime shit, man. But love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Y'all check out that Chains and Whips freestyle. I'm going to put it right here. You feel me? And y'all have a good night. Y'all have a good night. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm going to catch y'all, man.